This is where those of wit and learning will always find their kind. Hi, I'm Emily and welcome to MsMojo. Today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 film and TV Ravenclaws.
There appears to be a mistake on my report card. You gave me a B+ in conduct?
Now, Lisa, everyone needs a blotch on their permanent record.
Perhaps I'm not making myself clear. I think you should reconsider.
For this list, we're looking at characters from movies and television who best exemplify the qualities of Ravenclaw House from the Harry Potter franchise. Number 10. The 10th Doctor, Doctor Who. If we were to talk about the Doctors overall, they'd easily be in Gryffindor. However, when it comes to their individual lives, the 10th incarnation, played by David Tennant, belongs in wise old Ravenclaw.
Dying gives us size. Spoilers. What? These books are from your future. You don't want to read ahead, spoil all the surprises.
Although as brave as any of the rest, 10 in particular captures the Time Lord's thirst for adventure and new experiences, reveling in the unknown and discoveries he makes across time and space.
I don't know.
Isn't that brilliant? I love not knowing, keeps me on my toes.
It must be awful being a prophet. Waking up every morning, is it raining? Yes, it is.
He's also fantastically witty and has a certain way with words, though he can let his mouth run away with him. And we know for a fact that he'd happily be sorted. He is, after all, a Harry Potter fan.
Magic and stuff. That's a surprise. It's all a bit Harry Potter.
Wait till you read book 7. Oh, I cried.
Number 9. Klaus Baudelaire, a series of unfortunate events. Although one could argue that all 3 Baudelaire children are Ravenclaws, we'd say that Klaus demonstrates the qualities of the house the best out of the trio.
Violet, I'm not sure I understand this passage of Proust.
Could you read it to me?
Happiness is beneficial for the body, but it is grief that develops the powers of the mind.
It could be the translation.
Klaus is an ardent lover of books, who reads whenever he gets a chance, and at a far higher level than most children his age.
In the book The Great Gatsby, there's a famous sign shaped like a pair of eyeglasses.
Does it represent an optometrist?
It represents the eyes of God staring down and judging society as a moral wasteland.
He also has an excellent memory, so he retains a lot of the knowledge he acquires, which proves very helpful to him and his siblings given the many unfortunate events they encounter.
Well, you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar.
Actually, you catch the most flies with manure.
While his tendency to correct people can make Klaus come across as a know-it-all, it's usually motivated by his desire to spread knowledge rather than to appear better than others. Number 8. Abed Nadir, Community. A member of the study group that comprises the primary cast of Community, Abed is a very intelligent, if socially awkward young man, who possesses a surprising number of skills.
That's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me.
Despite how multi-talented he is though, Abed's passion is pop culture and entertainment. Don't know anyone like that.
This is kind of like Breakfast Club, huh?
We are in a library.
Well, yeah, I'm sure we've each got an issue balled up inside of us that would make us cry if we talked about it.
Besides meaning that he's practically unmatched when it comes to trivia contests, Abed is also one of the characters who seems most aware that he's in a TV show, and his genre savviness often puts him a step ahead of everyone else.
You found your dad?
Did I?
Give it here!
I remember when the show was about a community college.
In addition, while Abed may have trouble with social cues, like a certain famed Ravenclaw we could mention, he does have a healthy emotional intelligence to him.
So we didn't damage your self-esteem or anything?
Bert, I got self-esteem falling out of my butt. That's why I was willing to change for you guys, because when you really know who you are and what you like about yourself, changing for other people isn't such a big deal.
Number 7. Lisa Simpson, The Simpsons. The middle child of the Simpson family, despite only being 8 years old, is an incredibly intelligent young girl on the level of a child prodigy, and learning is one of her favorite pastimes.
I've never gotten a B before. How could this have happened? I feel so dirty.
Although some of Lisa's academic enthusiasm is derived from a desire for validation, much of it is also due to her general hunger for knowledge.
It's not my nature to complain, but so far today, we've had 3 movies, 2 film strips, and an hour and a half of magazine time. I just don't feel challenged.
Lisa is also quite level-headed and frequently acts as the voice of reason for her family, if not the entire town. And given that Lisa is the only entry on our list to have met J.K. Rowling herself, we feel like she's got an in already.
You've turned a generation of kids onto reading.
Thank you, young muggle.
Can you tell me what happens at the end of the series?
He grows up and marries you. Is that what you want to hear?
Yes.
Number 6. Tyrion Lannister, Game of Thrones. While he certainly comes from a family of Slytherins, and their crest being a lion, Tyrion Lannister belongs in Ravenclaw.
Cut off his manhood and feed it to the goats.
No. There are no goats, half man.
We'll make do.
Although he can be ruthless and he certainly enjoys power, the latter is more for the sake of having as many opportunities as possible to be cleverer than other people. And boy is he ever clever.
Well, my brother has his sword, and I have my mind. And a mind needs books like a sword needs a whetstone. That's why I read so much Jon Snow.
Tyrion is notable for his incredibly quick wit, frequently matching words with and out-talking most of the other characters in the series. He's also quite well-read and fairly good at reading people, even if he's prone to underestimating his enemies. Wit beyond measure is treasured by Ravenclaw, and Tyrion certainly treasures his.
Dragons do not do well in captivity.
How do you know this?
That's what I do. I drink, and I know things.
Number 5. Rory Gilmore, Gilmore Girls. If you've ever seen Gilmore Girls, you know that Rory is a Ravenclaw. No question.
You have to sleep. It's what keeps you pretty. Who cares if I'm pretty if I fail my finals?
Few people love learning and academia quite as much as she does. And books? Rory may have relationships with guys, but we all know her true loves have pages as well as spines.
I live in two worlds. One is a world of books. I've been a resident of Faulkner's Yoknapatawpha County, hunted the white whale aboard the Pequod, fought alongside Napoleon, sailed a raft with Huck and Jim.
From paying tribute to them in her graduation speech, to caring about their feelings, Rory just loves books. Even if her bookworm tendencies do make her somewhat awkward in social settings, despite a whip-smart wit, she'd be in good company in Ravenclaw.
My books look sad. Can books look sad?
Number 4. Indiana Jones, Indiana Jones franchise. A college professor of archaeology, Indiana Jones has a love of history that takes him all over the world to exotic locales in search of hidden relics and in competition with villainous forces.
Talking about the 10 Commandments? Yes, the actual 10 Commandments. The original stone tablets that Moses brought down out of Mount Horeb and smashed, if you believe in that sort of thing. Either you guys ever go to Sunday school?
Although this franchise's titular hero may be daring enough to be in Gryffindor, Indy's intrepid heroics are driven by his pursuit of knowledge.
The Uga word for gold translates as treasure. But their treasure wasn't gold, it was knowledge.
This is often contrasted with his opponents, who are often out for material gain. Indy, meanwhile, wants to discover artifacts so that their historical or cultural significance can be shared with the world. Like the man says,
"That belongs in a museum!"
Number 3. Amy Santiago, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. As tempted as we were to choose the Nine-Nine's deadpan logical Captain Raymond Holt, we had to give the spotlight to Detective and later Sergeant Amy Santiago.
Oh my god, she's totally gonna flunk us. I haven't gotten an F since I failed recess in 2nd grade. Teachers need a break too, Amy.
A competitive and ambitious woman, Amy might belong in Slytherin if not for her incredible devotion to rules and learning.
They put devil horns target on my face. This one says die pig. And worst of all, they didn't put the comma between die and pig.
Her fanatical enthusiasm for organizing, grammar, and all things orderly may earn her mockery from her colleagues at her precinct, but Amy's passions would serve her well in Ravenclaw.
Never met anyone who cares so much about stupid bureaucracy.
Bureaucracy's not stupid. It's elegant. It's a beautiful puzzle waiting to be cracked.
We can definitely picture her at the top of her class and looking for a witch or wizard to be her mentor. Number 2. Matilda Wormwood, Matilda. Some people are just born for a Hogwarts house. At an incredibly young age, Matilda shows all the makings of a Ravenclaw.
If you're being smart with me, young lady, you're gonna be punished.
Punished for being smart?
An absolute genius with horrendously neglectful parents, that would give the Dursleys a run for their money. Matilda had to teach herself many basic skills, including how to read, write, and do math, which she manages to do at an adult level before she's even 7.
Charles Dickens. I could read him every day.
So could I.
And she does so simply because she loves books and learning new things. Matilda's psychic powers wouldn't be out of place at Hogwarts either. She doesn't even have to swish and flick. These people are my people. Like, I fully modeled myself after Matilda in terms of my hairstyle and overall self during my childhood, and Indiana Jones for my adulthood. Just kidding. But I did model myself after our number 1, so check out these honorable mentions and then you'll find out who it is.
I want a spot, not a diversity spot. What happened to diversity programs are part of our national responsibility to level out a systemically uneven playing field. Well said. You said that when you were 8.
But there really is an afterlife. I can't wait to have breakfast with Kant and lunch with Michel Foucault and then have dinner with Kant again so we can talk about what came up at breakfast.
Can I sit, Jughead?
If you want.
What are you working on?
My novel. It's about this summer. It's in Jason Blossom.
Presenting The Cones of Dunshire, a brand new gaming experience. 8 to 12 players, 2 wizards, a maverick, the arbiter, 2 warriors, a corporal, and a ledgerman. Now, the ledgerman just keeps score, and he wears this hat.
Oh boy.
Now, we've all heard of the legend of Atlantis, a continent somewhere in the mid-Atlantic that was home to an advanced civilization, possessing technology far beyond our own. That, according to our friend Plato here, was suddenly struck by some cataclysmic event that sank it beneath the sea.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Belle, Beauty and the Beast. If anyone is meant for Ravenclaw, it's Belle.
I've come to return the book I borrowed.
Finished already?
Oh, I couldn't put it down. Have you got anything new?
Not since yesterday.
Like many of our entries, she has a love affair with the written word, which, along with her more progressive ideas and outlook, often makes her an outcast among her fellow townsfolk. Yet it's also her bibliophile status that helps her find true love with the Beast, because nothing says I love you to a Ravenclaw quite like giving someone their own library.
I've never seen so many books in all my life.
You like it?
It's wonderful.
Then it's yours.
Belle's thirst for new adventures and experiences are also in keeping with the house's quest for knowledge. And we're sure that Belle would find tales as old as time at Hogwarts. I am still dying for my own sliding library ladder to fulfill my Belle fantasies. Anyway, what did you think of the list? Let us know in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to MsMojo.